I love going somewhere so foreign that you're just completely out of your element. Everything that they do in their life is different from what we do in our lives. Like, that's something that really has been a focus when I go travel somewhere. And so Nepal was everything of that. Like, you couldn't get more foreign than that. Nepal was very special to me because I've just been wanting to go there for many years now, and had been a dream trip for me. Actually, when I first got hired with DDM, I believe I told Tom I'd give him a heads up that at some point I planned to go on this trip and would need a little extra time to make that happen. By the time I got there, I had probably 3 itineraries that I knew I wanted to zone in on. And then I had my apps that I use when I travel between language and currencies. And then there's just an element of you go as prepared as possible and then open to whatever experiences happen when you get there. I had a couple of friends that were really great to plan certain hikes that would get me more elevation gain in preparation, so I'm very grateful to them. But when I got there, there was an element I've wondered how prepared I was. And then as I got going on the hike, everybody that was living at sea level, I was just blown past. I had planned to get somebody to help carry my stuff, but then as I got going, I never ended up hiring anybody and was able to carry it all the way through, which was something I was really proud of. I flew into Kathmandu, and then I flew into a small city that was the beginning and entrance into the park for Everest Base Camp trek. And my goal was roughly, I did about 10 miles each day. I think I went to 17,400 in elevation to do an overlook, and you're able to see the mountain. Thankfully, it was a beautiful, clear day, so I was able to see Everest and walked up to the base camp. And then I spent the next 3 days, I went over to some lakes and a few other smaller towns that were gorgeous. But in all, I did about, I think, 90 miles in all my trekking. My challenging part, I would say, is just at nighttime, once you'd all meet in the kitchen of this hut, and that's where the only spot that was warm. And you'd have your dinner, and you'd be able to chat with other travelers. And then once it was time to go to your room, as you would call it, like, it really was just plywood. The worst ones were that way, that you'd walk in and your bed was just a little foam. By the end, I was ready to have a little more comfortable living. What I love about travel, it's something to look forward to, it's something to plan and prepare for and to research on. And if anything, that's been helpful, like when I'm digging into a problem in normal life. Like, there's just so much to just looking into the problem and researching it that can give you a lot of insights without you having to come up with it on your own. There are times when we may miss that, or we're stuck in the trenches of what is challenging and hard. And I really love Beyond Possible in the sense of there's something more hopeful to hold on to, that we are more capable than we give ourselves credit for, and together there is something so magical that can be done.